Welcome everybody to Everything Black. I'm trying out a new sound system tonight. It's a little draggy, but I think I can get through this clearly. I got a little sound box here. Just got some new equipment in. But tonight I want to talk about Black Mother, White Jury, No Sympathy. Let me get a little music. I mean, we try to portray ourselves as normal human beings. We have tried to go to the dominant society and ask for justice. But no matter how hard we try, they don't care. They have no sympathy. Family nowadays are just basically selling out of court, having them to pay check for the lives of their children. See, when a society don't care about your children, they don't care about you. And when they do that, it's time to stop allowing them to run things. It's time to stop following their laws. It's time to organize and be as one and fight against this injustice. This is happening all over the country, no matter where you go. Black mothers get in front of a white jury and they get no sympathy for their children. That lets you know that white supremacy still exists. If you're a black person and you're talking about a basketball game, you're talking about a dance, you're talking about anything other than white supremacy, when you wake up, something is wrong with you. You cannot ignore white supremacy. It's here. And it's ruining our lives. But we try to ignore it and then pretend that it's not here. I just want to take a few minutes to let y'all see how we have black leaders who are useless. They talk a good game, but nothing ever comes of it. They go back and be like, little men or little boys, shall I say. Neely Fuller said, we are not men, we're just little boys. Because you have white supremacy telling you everything you need to do. And they're not allowing you to get justice. That's a problem right there. So, I'm just asking y'all to bear with me and watch. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. Let's start this video. I'm not going to show the video, I'm just going to play the sound in the background.
Justice Smith and Demetrius Haley gave another cute
This is for educational purposes only.
Stand with this family, to lift this family up in prayer, and to call on the God of justice, to deliver real justice for Tyree Nichols.
If you gotta call on God to bring justice, and that means that you men just standing here talking is not getting justice out and not capable of getting justice. We have to stop allowing these people to control the narrative, to control the outcome. We need to start voting these Democrats in who are useless. I mean, they stand in the way of reparations. If you gotta call on a God after all this time to bring peace, to bring justice to something that's so easily seen and visibly seen on tape, where this kid is beaten to death, and you still ask white people for justice, and they turn their back every time. It's enough of that. If they don't respect us, we need to not respect their laws. We need to stop letting our children be held in their courts. Because they get no justice there. We got entertainers being held for no reason at all, really. They just grab them, lock them up in there, and you never see them no more. They scream for justice, and they don't get it. And we don't fight for it. We're too busy talking about a basketball game. We're too busy thinking about the next dance or the next trip we're about to take. We're not free people. We have to make sure and concentrate on freedom and justice. You're not going to get freedom unless you have justice. At some point, don't y'all get tired of voting and these people not even, they don't pretend that you're even here. You vote for them and they don't give you nothing. They can kill our children and we don't even get justice for it. We can be looking right at it. We get no justice. How could you even keep voting Democrats? How could you even keep going to church? You don't get justice. You're praying to a God to bring peace, to bring justice, and He put you here to bring it. He gives you the power to do it. He sent you here to get justice. When the dominant society wants justice, they just take it. Black people, we have to put this as number one. Every day we get up, we have to believe and think in our hearts that we're going to get justice. We have to focus on justice, not the next dance, the next basketball game, silly stuff like that, like the next restaurant we're going to eat, what we're going to do brunch. You're doing brunch and you're sitting there still a slave. We need to stop pretending and asking for justice and not getting it. We need to definitely make sure that all our focus is on justice. So let's just watch the rest of this.
But we were not under any illusion yesterday or last week in trial with an all-white jury from Hamilton County in Chattanooga. We were not under any illusion.
I traded my virginity for my freedom.
So I'm gonna have to show this on the regular video because the phone is not working right. So let me get it on up here. We'll go about right here and start it.
Yesterday, the whole world cried out for Tyree Nichols. This city cried out for Tyree Nichols in sincerity. But we had a few folks who had some crocodile tears. We had a few folks who had a few fake tears. We had a few folks in the city of Memphis that represent the city of Memphis, like Mayor Paul Young. Oh, you're not getting off the hook today, sir. You're not getting off the hook today. We can't call you up today. We came to call out Chief of Police, C.J. Davis. You're not getting off the hook today.
She need to be fired! Fire CJ!
If you're real and you love Tyree, you don't need no goddamn prophet. You don't need no script and go on social media and talk about your care and concern for Tyree Nichols and the citizens and these citizens. You got rid of C.J. Davis. It's her unit that she brought from Atlanta and created the Scorpion unit right here in Memphis, Tennessee, that produced a Tadarius Bean, a Justice Smith, a Demetrius Haley, a Emmett Martin. It is her that produced that. So we don't need no crocodile tears from leadership. We need real change, real love, real support in the city of Memphis. The city is hurting. It's not hurting from the lack of money. It's not hurting from the lack of education. It's not hurting from the lack of DEI. It's hurting from that. This city is from the lack of love.
Yeah.
But what is love? We need love in wash the blood of Tyree Nichols off your hands. The blood of Tyree Nichols. Mayor Young and Tyree now.
Man, when you have to quote Ben Crump, man, life is bad. Anything he say really don't matter. When you have to quote somebody like Ben Crump, something is wrong. with your leadership. The city of Memphis, just like all cities with black people in it, need to stop voting Democrat for free. Stop allowing these people to take your vote and give you nothing. The civil rights generation, all those, look at them old black people standing behind it. Look at them. This is our problem. Y'all gave the Democrats y'all vote, and they give you nothing. Black mothers, white jury, no sympathy. They give you nothing. Then you put these bootlegin preachers up here, strong men, but weak. They allow you to put these people in office to block you from getting any justice. Thank God for the black men in America, the Foundation Black Americans who stood against the powers that be and didn't vote. We stepped out. We saved America. Thank you to every Foundation Black American. From Tariq Nasheed to Jason Black to the Black Truth, Professor Black Truth, Neely Fuller Jr., Phil, Brother Black, Tim Black, people like that kind of stood for something. We in the black media, Foundation Black Americans, the new black media, we have to make sure we get this out every single day if possible to stop voting Democrats. No vote, no reparation. This got to be on our mind every day. No vote, no reparations. No reparations, no vote. These people are heartless. They don't care. So I'm gonna go to the next video. Right here. This is the one I want y'all to see. Let me get back over here, y'all. Give me 1 second. I want y'all to watch this. Check out what the mother of Tyree Nichols said in her testimony.
ROW, V is in Victor, AUGA, N is in Nancy, last name Wales, WELLS.
Her use Court TV.
They told the jury Are you married?
Yes.
Who is your husband?
Rodney Wills.
And how long Mr. Rodney been married?
It'll be 13. You know, Peon Dixon is my oldest daughter. Michael Contreras, my oldest daughter. Benji Dupree is my baby.
Miss Wells, you native Memphian. Tell the jury when you moved to Memphis.
I moved to Memphis in 2008, March of 2008.
And I want to draw your attention back to the time where 2023.
My husband and my son, Tyree.
Were you employed back at that time?
Bank.
Was your Rodney at that time? And where did he work?
Yes.
Her husband and son and work together. Mentions specifically tell me remember about it. They started in specific interactions with Tyree that morning.
Well,
I want to let y'all know that she's talking to a all-white jury. They moved the case from Memphis to some outskirts of the town where they specifically get a all-white jury. So that these 3 police officers who beat this man to death was able to get off. You know, everybody watched that video, and Miss Nichols is finna explain it from her words, and I want y'all to really listen, tune in to her, feel her. She gonna, let her emotions get away from her in a minute, and I understand that. But please, this is a mother, a black mother, whose son was beat to death by the 3 police officers over there, maybe it was 4 or 5 sitting in front of her over there. They're sitting right there in the courthouse with her. This all-white jury has no sympathy.
when I woke up that morning, Tyree wasn't at home. He came in about 11:30 that morning. There was a co-worker that was teaching Ty how to drive the court. Tyree would go on Saturdays, and they would teach him how to do that. Tyree, like I said, he came back briefly, and later got up about 2 o'clock or something like that. He took a shower, messed around the house, and about 3:30, he was on his way out the door.
And as he was on his way out, did you have a conversation with him before he left?
Yes, I was actually in the kitchen. I had just was taking out some food for dinner that night. He asked me what. And he said, "Mom, I'm ready. I'm cooking chocolate bugs to stomach." Okay. So about somewhere and said, "Either."
Did he enjoy your?
No, he never made it home to enjoy.
Wow. That was her last memory of her son. But just wait, it's gonna get better. This is so sad, man. When y'all see this, how can anybody be on that jury and don't have no sympathy and allow those guys to go free?
Sesame chicken.
Tell the jury what's the next thing you heard about Tyree that day.
Well, about 8:30. I say about 8:30-ish, 8:45, somewhere up in there. We got a knock at the door. My husband and I were getting ready to watch a basketball game. I was complaining about my stomach hurting earlier. So he decided to come in the room with me and watch the game. And we were just going to lay across the bed and watch the game. We got a knock at the door. Bang, 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 Memphis police. My husband went to the door. I heard a gentleman say, does Tyree Nichols live here? My husband, he paused a second, and then I came to the door, and I said, yes, Tyree lives here. I'm his mother. What's going on? They proceeded to tell me the police officer that was at the door, it was actually two police officers at the door. One proceeded to tell me that Tyree was arrested. And I asked him why he was arrested. And they said for DUI. And DUI, that didn't sound right to me.
And tell the jury, why doesn't that make sense to you?
Because my son, he doesn't drink like that to have a DUI. We're not.
See, white supremacy always starts out with a lie. These are race soldiers at our door. Race soldiers don't give a darn about the truth. They don't give a damn about your feelings. You could tell when they was telling her, they really didn't tell her that her son was dead. They told her that he was in the hospital. Well, they told her they took him to the hospital, but they don't know which one, so they had to ride around and figure it out. I need to speed it up just a little more. So, I'm trying to speed up so I can finish the video in the right amount of time.
And they had to end up pepper spraying him and tasing him.
These are the officers telling her about what.
And that still didn't sound right to me. And I made a statement. Well, if all of that happened, then somebody must have put something in his drink or something if they were saying all of this stuff happened. So the officer told me that they're going to be taking my son to the hospital. I asked him where my son was, and the officer said he was nearby. And I said, nearby to the hospital because he tased and pepper spray. I said, what hospital is he going to? I guess Ty was arrested. He proceeded to get some more information from us and everything. And then they left. Lower a little bit. I got my phone.
Yeah, at this time she's real nervous. She was expecting her son to come back and eat some chicken that they had cooked together. That she had made for him. Now she's got officers at the door saying that her son has been arrested and don't know which hospital he's in. So she's in a nervous wreck by now. And that jury is listening. An all-white jury is listening. No sympathy. And if it was some blacks in there, no sympathy. You might well have an all-white jury. If it wasn't, there's no sympathy. And we need to stop looking for sympathy from these people. They are heartless. And you have to treat a devil by being a devil. You have to be, it has to be an eye for an eye. That's the way it has to be because they don't care. You see a system don't care about you. Never gave you justice, never gave black people anything that they're owed. And we still walk around, oh, ain't no white supremacy, yeah, right. If you talking about anything, a basketball game, a dance off, a freak off, or you're talking about anything today and you're black and you're not talking about reparations, white supremacy, getting rid of it, we need justice, we fight for justice. What are you living for? Do you like it when you go into a place called the Justice Hall and you get injustice, you get nothing, no sympathy? This has got to stop. And it's up to you, black people. It's up to you about, are you going to keep allowing the system to keep rolling this way? This is the system of white supremacy. This is the one that y'all don't want to talk about. But when you need justice, you can't get it, you wonder why.
And I started trying to call my son. He didn't answer. I told my husband, come on, let's go. Let's go find Ty. He took a little too long and I had jumped in the truck, my SUV. And there was another police officer just sitting out there. So my husband came. We were gonna take the route that we thought, Ty would come home. And because they were saying that they were taking him to the hospital, we just kind of assumed that it would be St. Francis because that's where normally they take, people. So as we got into our vehicle, rains.
This woman is a nervous wreck. Her son has just been beaten almost to death. He's in the hospital. He's been arrested. But they didn't tell her what hospital he was in. So she's riding around in the middle of the night with her husband looking for their son. The way they talk, he was just left somewhere. Let her finish. I'm trying to move it up just a little bit because I want y'all to hear something that's very important.
And everything, and they had to do all these things to him in order for them to arrest him. And I kept trying to find out why they were arresting him in the first place.
And did that officer you were speaking with at Ralston Reigns answer that question for you?
I really, I don't recall. He just said my son was pulled over for DUI and he ran from the police. I think that's what he said. I can't remember if he see.
Did you come into contact with any other officers at that scene or just one?
There was another officer there. They were gathering up the tape. He spoke to me, the officer did, and he handed me his card. After that, we left and went back to the house.
At that point, what is your plan? Just, are you waiting to hear more, or what were you doing during that?
Once because I was actually on the phone with my daughter prior to he's coming to I've been arrested, and I said, what do you mean he's sick?
Yeah, I checked to what the doctor said other than some of the prints behind it, but she can't go into what the diagnostics are.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Oh.
About 4 o'clock in the morning, I received a phone call from a doctor from St. Francis Hospital. The doctor asked me if I knew if my son was in the hospital. I said yes. I heard he got arrested and he was tased and pepper sprayed. The doctor said, no, ma'am, your son is sick. And I said, what do you mean he's sick?
Yeah, I checked to what the doctor said other than some of the prints behind it, but she can't go into what his diagnostics are.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Oh.
So you see, you had a black attorney that just said he didn't want the jury to hear what the doctor said to her, basically talking about a diagnosis. So they go on up there to talk to the judge. Now you look, you have a black judge, black secretary, black officers inside there, but you got an all-white jury. And you still don't get justice. So what difference does it make that the judge is black? What difference does it make that you have a black system up in there, but the system is the same. You have black people up in there, but they still represent the system. And some of these attorneys, man, they don't know nothing. I mean, you take the average attorney, he really don't talk like the attorneys you see on TV that really, like Perry Mason back in the day. You don't have no attorneys like that. These guys are just front people, man. They don't really know the law. They probably have to pull it up as they step into the court. The judges are just people who just making decisions based off white supremacy. This is not a system. This is not justice. This is injustice. This whole thing is fake. But they put us away for life dealing with these people, and we keep putting them in office, putting them here, putting them there. Just to tell us what we can't have, what we can't get. We need to stop this right now. So let me speed this up a little. So she's gonna get ready to go off here. These are the 3 officers that they have in here. Yes, they black men, but they represent the system. represent white supremacy. I don't care if they black. These guys use the white supremacy system to beat a boy to death. To beat another black man to death. And they use that same system to get off. You all saw how they was beating him. This man was crying out for his mother. Like somebody else we know that cried out for their mother. Let's get back to her. Now this is the part I've been trying to get to right here. Watch this.
Specifically what he said, did you become extremely concerned about Ty's condition?
Yes, very concerned. Until to the point where I called my cousin and I said, get over here right now. Now we need to get to the hospital and go see Ty.
And is that what you did?
Yes.
Who went to the hospital with you at that time?
My cousin Tony.
Now watch this, y'all.
She came over to meet us, and my husband and I.
What hospital was Ty at?
At St. Francis Hospital.
And tell the jury what happened when you walked into St. Francis.
As we were walking into St. Francis, there was another officer walking in. We were kind of going in the same direction. So me, I asked, you're working late tonight, huh? He said, yeah. He said, I'm a prisoner. Yeah, prisoners and Tyree Nichols. And I said, my son. He said, oh, okay. So we all proceeded to walk out.
Well, I know this is going to be difficult, but I want you to explain to the jury when you went in Ty's room what you saw, what Tyree looked like, what you saw, what you felt, what happened in that moment.
When I walked into the room and I saw my son, I immediately went over to him and I fell out on him because my son was beaten to a pulp. His head was the size of a watermelon. His nose was broken. His neck was split open from the swelling oozed from head to toe. It was like they beat the shit out of him. That's what they did. They beat the shit out of my son. Never did. That's what they did.
Now did y'all hear that? Now if you was on that jury and you heard that, and that you saw the video, and you still gave these men freedom, not guilty, you still said that. That lets you know these people have no sympathy. Black mother, white jury, no sympathy. No sympathy. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for joining me on the show tonight. Trying to get some more banners up here. Let me do the fair use thing. There you go, YouTube, Facebook. Also, if you guys are taking a trip, why don't you go visit franklinteltravel.com. Go on there, book a trip, catch a flight, rent a car, anything you need to travel, voice travel. Just go on my website and check it out. A cruise, anything. If you have any problem, just give me a call. It's 682-804-4395. There it is right there at the bottom of your screen on the banner. Also, if you want to Get you some Usher tickets. I know he's arrested right now, but he'll be out. Beyonce tickets. Any type of tickets, concerts, basketball games, football games. Go on my website, franklandgoldentickets.com, and get your tickets. Okay? A lot of people say, Frank, what else do you do? Well, that's two things that I do. Anyway, this is Everything Black. Thank you for joining. Appreciate y'all. Come back the next time. I will probably do another show after this, but anyway, thank you for joining. See you next time on the next channel.